Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you for joining me on this video. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a VLOOKUP function in Excel. I know a lot of people are having challenges using this VLOOKUP function efficiently. But don't worry, today in this video, I'm going to explain the theoretical aspect and also the practical aspect, everything that you need to know about VLOOKUP function. My name is Ajimalu Finizio. And if you are joining in for the first time, this is your first time of clicking my videos, please subscribe. Click on the subscription button and also the notification button. When you do this, it motivates me to be able to create more of these videos. All right, thank you. So like I earlier said, that we'll be walking you all through VLOOKUP functions. We'll be looking at the theoretical aspect and also the practical aspect. All right, so what are you going to learn in this video? Number one, you will need to know about the definition of lookup, VLOOKUP, and the purpose of using VLOOKUP functions, when to use VLOOKUP functions, and then explanation on VLOOKUP formula. So these are the things that we are going to talk about quickly in this video. All right, so to start with, what exactly is VLOOKUP function? VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. You might probably be wondering that what is the full meaning of the V that is beside lookup? It basically means vertical. That is what it means. I'm going to explain that later. So it helps to find information in a table based on the value you are looking for. That's the main purpose, purpose of a VLOOKUP function. It helps you to be able to find an information in a table based on a value you are looking for. I call the value a unique identifier, right? You have been given a particular table that contains columns and rows. I'm going to show you an example of a table now. I will take you to Excel. Now look at it. This is an example of a table, right? The table contains columns and rows. In this table, we have more than 5 columns and we have more than 50 rows in this particular table, right? So, and there's something that we call unique identifier, like a key value that guides you to be able to search for informations in the table and return those informations that you need, right? So I'm taking you back to the PowerPoint now. So VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup, and it helps to find information in the table based on the value you are looking for. All right, so the next slide talks about purpose of VLOOKUP. What is the main purpose of using VLOOKUP? I've actually explained this in my definition. I'm going to briefly talk about it again. Basically, the purpose of VLOOKUP is to search for something in a table and return related information from that same row. It is used to search for something in a table and return related information from that same row. I'm taking you back to the Excel sheet now. So that I can be able to show you what the definition actually means. Take for example, you are being given a unique identifier as 1004 for an employee ID, for an employee rather, an employee ID 1004, and you've been given this particular unique identifier, right? And you want to use a VLOOKUP to search for this employee department and location in a table, right? So this unique identifier helps you to be able to search for the information that you are looking for and return that information, right? The 1004, which is the employee ID, stands as the key value, the unique identifier. It is the guide for you to be able to search whatever that you are searching for and then return what you are looking for. You use the unique identifier 1004 to return the department of the employee, admin, and then the location, Lagos. So that is what the purpose of VLOOKUP is for to search for something in a table and return related information from that same row. So when we get to the practical aspect, you'll be able to have a better understanding about it. Now, what other things can you use VLOOKUP for? To find student results. Yes. So let's say probably you have a table that contains student results, contains the matric number of the students, name of students, the grade of students, and some other useful informations. And you want to search for the result, the grade of a particular student, right? You need a unique identifier like the student's matric number or seat number to be able to search for that result. Another thing is employee record, just like the one I show you in my Excel. Now look at it here. This is an employee record, right? That has an employee ID, employee name, department salary, email, location, and so on and so forth. Let's say that search, you want to search the date that a particular employee joined a company or an organization. Once you have the unique identifier, which is the employee ID, let's say for example 1005, you can easily search. Just use your VLOOKUP, use the unique identifier as a guide, and then the VLOOKUP will return the date that the employee joined the organization, 27th of December 2015. That is what VLOOKUP does. I'm taking you back to the PowerPoint now. So another thing is price list. Maybe you have a table that contains a customer informations like a product, a quantity sold, the price at which the product was actually sold, and so on and so forth. You just want to check the price list of a particular product. You can use VLOOKUP to search for that. Lastly, you can also use VLOOKUP to search for customer information, probably the name of a customer or the product that a customer actually bought, the rate at which the customer bought the product, or the name of the product that the customer actually bought. So you can use VLOOKUP functions to search for this information. So let's quickly look at the next slide. The next slide talks about when to use VLOOKUP. Number one thing is this: if you want to use a VLOOKUP, you must have a key value, which I call unique identifier, right? It could be name, it could be ID, it could be code. I'm taking you back to the Excel sheet now. So here we have an employee ID. This employee ID can stand as the key value, the unique identifier, the guide that helps you to be able to search for whatever information that you're looking for in the table and return that information. And you can as well use the name of an employee to search for any information that you're looking for in a table. As long as the information you're looking for in a table, VLOOKUP will return that information to you. And so I'm taking you back to the PowerPoint now. So another thing is this: when key is in the first column of your table, yes, when the unique identifier that you are using as a guide to search for whatever information that you are looking for in the table, when it is in the first column of your table, that is when you can actually use VLOOKUP. Just like the table I showed you earlier, the employee ID, I'm taking back to the Excel sheet now. The employee ID is in the first column. All right, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. When you want to get a related value from a different column in the same row, that is when to use a VLOOKUP. You are looking for an information. I'm taking it back to an Excel sheet so that I can be able to explain this particular one properly. So when you are looking for a related information in the same row, that is when to use a VLOOKUP. Yes, you have a unique identifier as your key value, which is 1005, 1008, an employee ID, and then you want to return the salary of this particular employee. You can use a VLOOKUP. You can see that the salary is in the same row with the employee ID, unique identifier. And also, if you are to return the location, you can see that they are all in the same row. So if you are using a VLOOKUP to search for the salary and the location of this employee ID 1008, it will return, VLOOKUP will return 84,974 as the salary of this employee and return Lagos as the location of this employee. I'm taking you back to the PowerPoint. So you can see that both of them are in the same row with the unique identifier, which is also known as a key value. And lastly, when the data is organized vertically. Yes, remember I said that I was going to explain the meaning of the vertical V that is beside the lookup, which makes it VLOOKUP, right? The V basically means vertical. So VLOOKUP searches information vertically and not horizontally. That is what it does. It searches information vertically and not horizontally. Another thing that you need to put at the back of your mind is this. When you are using a VLOOKUP, you need a table that contains the information that you need. You want to search for an information, that table must contain that information. If the table doesn't contain that information, VLOOKUP will not return whatever that you are looking for. The information that you are looking for must be in the table. So you also need a table. Aside from a key value, the unique identifier, you also need a table because it is in that table that VLOOKUP will search the information that you're looking for and return what you need. All right. So the last thing to discuss in this PowerPoint presentation is the VLOOKUP formula. Yes. How do we make use of the VLOOKUP formula? We have like 4 arguments in the VLOOKUP formula. So how do we make use of it? Because you're going to come across this and I don't want you to cram it. I want you to know how to apply this argument one after the other. VLOOKUP formula. So VLOOKUP formula comprises of like 4 arguments. Number 1 is the lookup value. The lookup value is the unique identifier, also known as the key value. It is your guide to get information that you are searching for in a table. Exactly. So it could be an employee ID, like the one I showed you in my Excel. I'm taking it back to the Excel. It could be an employee ID. It could be name, right? So that is the VLOOKUP value. Now let me quickly, we have like 2 tables here that we are going to use as a practice. The data 1 and the data 2. And then we have a task here, right? This are the tasks that we are going to attempt in this video so that you can be able to have a better understanding about it. So to explain the VLOOKUP formula, remember I said that there is an argument and you must follow the argument, right? So before you can start using a VLOOKUP, you need to type equal to VLOOKUP. So it has come up already. Just click. But before then, let's see what is written here. VLOOKUP looks for a value in the leftmost column of the table and then return the value in the same row from the column you specify. I've explained this earlier. This is what VLOOKUP does. It looks at a table and then it looks for a value in the leftmost column, like the employee ID I showed you earlier in my first sheet, right? So the employee ID will stand as the unique identifier, as the key value. And that is what you are going to use as a guide to be able to search for whatever information that you're looking for in the table. As long as the informations are there, VLOOKUP will return the information back to you. All right. So now you've typed VLOOKUP and then suggestion has been brought up. So all you need to do is just to double click and look at this is the argument I was telling you about, the VLOOKUP formula. So the first one is VLOOKUP value. The VLOOKUP value is the unique identifier, the key value, the guide that you want to use to search for other information that you need in a table. And the table array. Yes, I'm taking you back to PowerPoint now. The second one is the table array. This table array is talking about the table that you have. The table that you have that contains the information. It contains the the key value, the unique identifier, and other informations that you want to search using VLOOKUP function. Now, I'm taking you back to the Microsoft Excel sheet so that I can show you the table. Look at it. This is an employee table. This is a table that contains an employee information. And this is another table, the product table, that contains product name, category, the price, and so on and so forth. Yeah, this is a table. Remember I said when I was explaining the purpose of VLOOKUP that you need a table before you can be able to use VLOOKUP function. Aside from the fact that the key value is important, the unique identifier, you also need a table because whatever information that you are searching for is inside the table. You only need the key value as a guide to search for that information in that table. So table is very, very important. So the table array is the table or area that contains your data. Now, the third one is column index number. So I'm taking it back to the Excel sheet so that you can see what the column index number is. So let's type equal to VLOOKUP. Yeah. So the first argument is lookup value. I've explained that. You can also call it the key value or the unique identifier. And then the second one is table array. I've also explained that. So the table array happens to be your table or an area that contains the data that you have that you want to search, right? And then the column index number happens to be the column that has the information that you want to return. I'm taking you back to the table now, the first table. Now, this is an employee table. This is an employee ID. So you can use this employee ID as a unique identifier, the key value, a guide to search for other information. Let's say, for example, now that you want to use employee ID 1003 to return the department that this employee belongs to and also the location of the employee, right? So all you need to do is just to make use of this lookup value, which is also known as the key value, or you can call it the unique identifier, right? So once you type equal to VLOOKUP value and VLOOKUP rather, and then there's an open bracket, your lookup value is this, right? Your table array is your table that has the data, and the column index number is where you are searching, where you want the value you want to return. IT. We want to return the department that this employee ID 1003 belongs to. So once you use VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP will return IT department for you. It will return IT department. And if you have to look for the location of this particular employee too as well, using the employee ID, VLOOKUP will return Port Harcourt. So when we get to the practical aspect, you'll be able to have a better understanding of this arguments. So I'm taking you back to the VLOOKUP formula now. So the last one is the range lookup. So we just have the four arguments in the VLOOKUP formula. We have the lookup value, we have the table array, and we have the code index number. And the last one is the range lookup. So the range lookup has just two options, the true and then false. The false helps you to find an exact match. The false helps you to find an exact match. I would advise that you always use false unless you know why you would use true. So when we get to the practical aspect now, you'll be able to have a better understanding of all these arguments. All right, so I've come to the end of the theoretical aspect. So let us quickly look at the practical as well. So like I earlier said, we have table 1, table 2, and then the task that we are going to attempt in this video. All right, so task 1, you have been given a list of employees data that require a thorough check. Using the employee's ID, this is now the key value. The employee's ID is the key value, is the unique identifier, the guide that will help you to search for other information that you need in the table. Return the department and position using VLOOKUP. You've been given these key values, the employee IDs 1005, 1017, and 1025. You are going to use this key value to return the department that this employee belongs to, the employee that has this employee ID, and you also return the position, right? So let's start. So the first thing you're going to type is your equal to VLOOKUP. So there is a suggestion here. Yeah, so after VLOOKUP, you open your bracket. So then you follow the argument. What is the lookup value? A lookup value is the first employee ID 1005, right? And we are looking for the department that this particular employee belongs to. All right, so since you've input your lookup value, the next thing is table array, but you must separate it with comma. All right, table array, your table must have a name. Yes, it must have a name. Let's go back to the data one, the first sheet, to see if our table has a name, because that is what we are going to work on. All right, so just click anywhere in the table and come to table design. Here you can see it here, table design. Click on table design. All right, your table is table one, so but we can rename it employee table. All right, so it has been renamed now. So let's go back to the task sheet. All right, let's start all over again. Equal to VLOOKUP, open brackets. Our lookup value is 1005. You can add your comma. So your table array, do not forget you've named the table already. So that's the name, employee. So once you type employee, can you see Excel will automatically bring it up for you. So this is it. All right, so now how can we identify our call index number? You might not probably want to go back to the table and start counting one after the other, but there's a way you can do it. You can just type the open bracket, the one that has the square shape, and then Excel will bring out the list of columns in your table. Now let's just search for the department. Employee ID is the first one, name the second one, department is the third one. So your column index number is 3. Now delete the open bracket that you've typed, type your comma, type 3, and then type your comma. You can see that the Excel has brought out the options for the range lookup. Remember I said that you need to click on false for an exact match. The reason why you are clicking on false is that Excel, the VLOOKUP, will search the table array, and then bring out the exact information that matches with your unique identifier. All right, so you double click or you type and then you close the bracket. Let me explain it again before I click on the OK button. Equal to VLOOKUP, that is the functions that we are using to search for the information that we need in a table. So we've been given a unique identifier, which is 1005, an employee ID, and we want to return the department that this employee belongs to and the position. So now we've used our VLOOKUP, and then we've been given an argument. The first argument is the lookup value, which is 1005. You can see that the 1005 is in cell A8. That is why A8 is actually showing. And then the table array, our table has been renamed as employee table. That's why you are seeing the employee table here. And also we have the call index number, which is 3. The call index number talks about the number of column which the information that you want to return belongs to. And then The last one is the range value. Yes, the range value, which is false. So basically, the false talks about an exact match, right? Exact match, exact information that you need is what the VLOOKUP would find for you and return for you. Then you close it with bracket. Note that you need to add comma to separate these arguments, right? So once you are done, just click on OK button, and then VLOOKUP will return the exact information that you need. Let's go and check. We can see that this employee that has an employee ID 1005 is working in administrative department. Let's check our table to confirm if it is correct. All right, so 1005, can you see it is correct? Admin. All right, so let us quickly attempt the second one. We want to know the position of this employee. So we've been given a unique identifier as a guide, and the unique identifier is employee ID 1005. All we need to do is just to repeat what we've done earlier. Type equal to VLOOKUP, and you type your open bracket. Your lookup value is still 1005. Command, your table array is employee table. Double click, and then now we want to check the column index number, right, for position. So type your open brackets, the one with the square shape, and then Excel will bring out the list of columns that you have in your table. Let's start counting. Employee ID 1, name 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So position, the position is in column 8. So delete the open bracket, type your comma, and then type your 8, type your comma, and Excel will bring out two options for you. You need to click one from the two options, true or false. So you click on false to bring the exact match, and then you close the brackets. Okay, so this particular employee is holding a managerial position in the company. So let's check our table to confirm if it is correct. 1005. Yes, it is correct. Can you see? Can you see manager? All right, so let's go back to the task. If you want to repeat the process again, you can, and then you can just drag down. Once you drag down, Excel will automatically populate the remaining cells. All right, so we have employee ID 1017 is working in marketing department, and he is an analyst. And also we have employee ID 1025 working in the HR department and is an intern. So let's confirm this information if it is correct in our table. Let's start with 1017. 1017. All right, marketing department, correct. And position analyst, correct. All right, so you can see now, you can see what VLOOKUP can actually do. It will help you to search for an information in a table and then return that information that you need, right? But you need a guide, a unique identifier. I call it a guide, a unique identifier, right? A key value. So it is that key value that VLOOKUP will work on, and then return the same value in the same row with that key value for you. All right, so let us quickly attempt the second task. So using data one was what we used initially. So using data one to attempt this same question, use the employee's ID in the table and return the salary and location with VLOOKUP. So we've been given a key value, unique identifier as an employee ID 1010, 1020, and 1030. So we are to return the salary that each employee receives and then the location of each employee. All right, so to start with, remember that we need a key value, a unique identifier, which has been provided already. And we also need a table that contains the salary of the employee and also the location of the employee. Let us look at data one. If the informations are there, yes, there is a salary. There's a column for salary. There is a column for location, right? Let us just count the columns in case we want to make use of the column index number to be easy for us. Employee ID is column 1, name column 2, department column 3, salary column 4, all right. Email column 5, location column 6. All right, so we are working with column 4 and then column 6. All right, so type your equal to, type your VLOOKUP, type your open brackets. What's the lookup value? I would advise that you follow the argument. Do not cram the arguments. Just follow the arguments. Our lookup value is this 1010, right? The next thing is just to type the comma. Our table array, remember that we named our table as employee table, right? So it's still valid. Type employee. All right, so Excel has brought it out. So just double click, and then we want to know the column index number. For you to know the column index number, you need to type the open bracket, the one with square shape, and then start counting. We are working on salary 1, 2, 3, 4. So the column index number for salary is 4. So delete the open bracket, type your comma, and then type 4, type your comma, and then the range lookup, right? So you need to pick from the two. You pick false, double click, and then the false will appear. Or you can also type it, and then you close the bracket and click OK. Now, a VLOOKUP has returned 54,541 as the salary for the employee ID with employee ID 1010. Let us confirm. Let us check our table. Employee ID 1010. Can you see the salary is 54,541? All right, so let's do the same thing for location. Start with your equal to VLOOKUP, open brackets. So lookup value is still 1010. Your comma, table array is employee table. So you have to look for the column index number. Type your open bracket, the one with the square shape, and then you count. Location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our location is 6. Delete the open bracket, type your command, type your 6, type your command, and then click on the exact match. You can also type false if you want, and then close the brackets and type OK. Can you see that VLOOKUP has returned watercolor? Let us verify this to confirm if it's correct too. We are working on employee ID 1010. Employee ID 1010. Can you see it is correct? Watercolor is the location. All right. So all you need to do is just to drag down. Can you see? All right. So we are done with the task 1 and we are done with task 2 as well. So now let's move to task 3 and then task 4. All right, so use data 2 to attempt the question. Remember, we used the first data to attempt task 1 and task 2. So we have to use data 2 to attempt this particular task, right? Let us see what is inside the data 2. We have a table in this sheet, and then the table contains the product information, product ID, product name, category of the product, price, stock, supplier, warranty, discounts in percentage, rating, and status. So these are the informations that we have. You need to know the name of the table, right? So to know the name of this table, just click on table design, and here under table name you would see the name of this table is table 2. We can delete this and then type in our whole name, right? You can give the table a name, product table. So when you are making use of the table, you can be able to have a unique name. You can be able to extract the name from Excel. All right, so we've been given a task to do using data 2 to attempt this question. Use VLOOKUP to find the price. You have to look out for the price of these products of the products using the product code provided. So the product code is a unique identifier, and that is our guide, the key value that we are going to use to search for the price of the product, and then the VLOOKUP will return the price of the product. So let's start with equal to VLOOKUP, open brackets, and then our lookup value is product code 2011. Type your comma. What is our table array? Remember that we've renamed that table as product table. So all you need to do is just to type product table. Can you see this is a product table here? The second one, product table. You double click, you type your command, right? And your call index number. All right, so which column does price belongs to? So if you want to get that information, all you need to do is just to delete your command, type your open brackets, the one with the square shape, and then Excel will bring out the list of columns that you have in your table. So let's search for price. Product ID is the first one, 2, 3, 4. So we have column index number 4. Type your comma, type your 4, type your comma, and then Excel will bring out the two options that we have and which you're going to choose from, either true or false. So click on exact match and close the bracket, then you type OK. Can you see? Now let's verify this information. The price of the products is 9.45. We are going to use our unique identifier to search it on the table. So 2011. Can you see? It is correct. The price is 9.45. All right. So that's how to use a VLOOKUP function. So just drag it down. All right, the last one, the last task is task 4. Use data 2 to attempt this question. Use the product code below and return the category and status using VLOOKUP. We've been given a product code. Look at it here. We have 2006, 2019, and 2040. So this is our unique identifier, our key value, and it will be our guide to return the category and status that this product actually belong to. All right, so let's start with the category equal to VLOOKUP. Our lookup value is 2006. Our table array is product table. We named it earlier. Product table, the second one. Double click. And then we want to know the column index number for category. So type your open bracket, the one with the square shape, and then you have the list of the columns already. Let's just search for category. Product ID 1, product name 2, category is 3. So delete the open bracket, type your comma, 3, and then type your comma. Then you have an option to pick from. Click on exact match, and then you close the brackets. All right, we have electronics. Let us confirm it. So let's check the table again. Our product code is 2006. 2006, we want to know the category of this product, electronics, correct. All right, so let us attempt the second one. Status, we want to know the status of this product, okay. If the product is out of stock or if the product is still available. Now let's type equal to VLOOKUP, open brackets, lookup value, follow the argument. Lookup value is 2006. Type your comma. Our table I is product table. Product table. You click on it. Yes, your code index number. We want to know the column that the status is. So type the open bracket, the one with square shape, and then we have the list of the columns that we have in our table. Let's search for status 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So status belongs to column 10. All right, so delete the open bracket, type your comma, type 10, and then type false and close the brackets and click OK. Now, this particular product is out of stock. Let us confirm. Let's check our table. Can you see? It is out of stock. Can you see? So it is correct. So all we need to do is just to drag the remaining ones. You can drag it down. All right. So we've dragged it down now, but we need to confirm if it is correct. So let us use product code 2019 and let's check the category of that product and the status of the product 2019. All right, the category of the product is stationery, and then the product is still available in the store. All right, so can you see stationery and available? Correct. So let's check the last one, 2040. 2040, we have electronics. Product is under electronics and then is out of stock. You can see that Excel VLOOKUP has returned electronics and out of stock. So we've come to the end of today's video. I want to believe that you've been able to learn how to use VLOOKUP. You've learned the theoretical aspect of the VLOOKUP function, and also you've learned the practical aspect of the VLOOKUP functions. So I would advise that you practice at your own hand. Practice makes perfect, right? So, like earlier said, we've come to the end of today's video. Please, if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Click on the subscription button and also the notification button. When you do this, it motivates me to be able to create more educational videos like this that can help you navigate your way around the Excel or whatever work that you are doing that you need VLOOKUP to solve some problems or get some informations from a table. All right, so thank you for joining today and thank you for watching this video. My name remains the same. My name is Ajimalufin Israel. Thank you so much.